Hello, everyone. Catherine Dines here with Josh Ramsay, frontman for Mariana's Trench. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for taking out some time.
Thank you for having me.
You're so busy right now. I'm really so stoked about this new solo album you're doing. Uh,
Thank you.
yeah, like this is wild. Like the Josh Ramsay show. I love the teasers, the videos you've been putting out for it, and wild collaborations coming. Um, okay, I got to slow down here. My mind is all over the place. So, how did you decide on all these different people that you were going to tap for this?
I some people I had in mind already. There were like people that I'd wanted to work with for a while. And then some people, it was just sort of the right song for the right person. One of the ones was like totally by a couple were totally by accident. There's a whole bunch of different ways that it happened. It's all pretty organic. There's one song on there that actually Walk Off the Earth had asked me to write a song for them, and so for the demo of it, I needed a female voice in there as well because they always have two voices, right? So I wanted to have so I used my voice, and my friends who have a group called Fion came in and they sang the demo for me, and then Walk Off the Earth didn't end up using the song, so it came back to me, and I was just like, hey girls, do you want to just finish this song with me? So like
Wow,
they were kind of already on it anyway.
I love that. Let me see if I can remember all the collabs. Okay, well, obviously, we'll talk about this in a second, but there's obviously Chad Kruger from Nickelback with the first single, Lady Mine. Oh my gosh, we'll get back to that. Um, Dallas Smith, you got a country track.
Yep.
Um, so every song is like a different genre. That's my understanding, right? So
Yep.
then you've got Serena Ryder.
Yes.
What kind of song is that?
That song is really fun. It's like an 80s throwback. It's kind of like a cross between like Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer
Oh,
and that great song by Squeeze, Tempted
yeah.
by the fruit
Oh,
of another. It's kind of got a bit of that vibe in it.
I love it. Oh my gosh, Fifi Dobson.
Yep, Fifi's in there. Yep, absolutely.
What's that song sound like?
That song is like a pop ballad, I would say. And like Fifi and I had just like we had met each other years ago at the Much Music Video Awards, and we had both been like, we should do a song together sometime. But it was like at an after party, we were both drunk, and it was kind of like, probably never happened. And then I wrote this song, and I was like, oh my god, Fifi Dobson, she'd be perfect for this song.
I love that. I love that. Wild. Okay, Tyler Shaw.
Tyler. So that song, oh my God. First of all, Tyler's beautiful voice. He's such
Oh,
a good singer. He's
yes,
great.
yes.
So that song, I really, it's like that song is very sort of like adult contemporary. I was really sort of thinking about like sort of the songwriting style that like Adele does. It's sort of like in that sort of wheelhouse. And I thought Tyler would be a perfect guy to sing that with me because he's got that real crooner type thing going on. And I mean that in the best way possible. So yeah, that one is, yeah, I would say that one's pretty adult contemporary. Yeah, like I said, I was going for like an Adele style song.
Wow. Okay, who did I miss? Sarah Ramsey. Hello.
That's my sister.
Yes.
So that song is all one of the most epic recording sessions I've ever done because that song is a full symphony orchestra, and it's a song that I wrote to remember my dad because I learned about arranging and stuff from him,
Yes.
and I had to, because of COVID restrictions, I had to record the entire symphony orchestra 4 people at a time. So I slowly built this symphony just like from the ground up. It was crazy. It was like, okay, so for the next 2 hours, we have just the basses. Okay, then the next 2 hours, just violas. And we just slowly put together this whole orchestra. And then the editing of all that took me about 2 or 3 weeks to put it all together and make it sound cohesive. And then it was like, the song is for my dad. There's only really one person I could ask to sing it with me, and that's my sister.
Oh, that's so special and so meaningful. I love that. Of course, that's why it's called the Josh Ramsay Show. You're doing everything here. This is amazing. And then who did I miss? There's someone else. I feel like I'm missing somebody.
There's a few more. There's Fion, and they're label mates with me. They're a newer artist, but they're really great, and I really believe in them a lot. There's also there's a really fun song that I did with Ria May,
Yes,
and
Ria. Yes, love her.
yeah, and the way I love her too. And the way that that song came to be is she came to Vancouver to do a writing session for her album, and we wrote this song that turned out really great. And then right at that time, she left her record label, so she didn't have anywhere to put it out. Stuff like that happens all the time, right? And so then I called her and I was like, well, I'm doing a record right now as well, and I'm doing a bunch of feature stuff. How would you feel if we just like repurpose the song a little bit, and I'll sing half of it, and we'll leave your vocal in for half of it, and we'll make it like a duet thing? And she was like, sure, cool. And it actually ended up working better as a duet, like, because you have two different perspectives, like with the way you guys will hear it, but the way the lyrics go, it just works better with two people singing it. So I'm glad that it turned out the way it did.
So let's get back to the first single. You just released it a few days ago. You put out the music video, like, was it yesterday?
Yesterday,
Um,
yeah.
Wild, pure fire. Like, I can't stop watching it. Like, I cannot stop watching this video. It looks like it was so much fun to
It
do.
was.
I now, why did you choose Chad Kruger from Nickelback for this song?
Well, Chad and I are friends. We've been friends for a long time, and I've worked previously on a Nickelback record with him, and I at that time when I was working with him, I was blown away actually at what a good studio singer he is. He only does like 2 takes, 3 takes, and he's done. He's amazing.
Wow.
And so I was working on this song, and started to be like, okay, who am I going to ask to sing this song with me? And I was like, I wrote it in this key where it's going to be pretty screamy, and I realized I think I should ask Chad. I wonder if he'll do it. And then I realized after that, I hope he does it, because I think he's the only person I know who could sing this. So I really hope he does it. And luckily he did. He said yes without even listening to the song, because he's an awesome
Oh,
guy.
well, I mean, your work speaks for itself too. I'm sure that that
Thank
helps.
you. Thank you.
Like, it was just so much fun watching the video and all the horns and you on the harmonica.
Oh yeah.
Like, who knew you were so good on the harmonica?
Thanks. I think that's like my weird secret skill. I never need, like, I put in a lot of work into it when I was a teenager, and it's an easy one because when you're a teenager and taking the bus and walking home from school all the time, it's an easy thing to just have in your pocket. So I think I would play it all the time. And then when I became an adult and a professional musician, I sort of realized that like it was one of the most useless skills because I never need it. I never need the thing. And Matt in our band has been bugging me to put a harmonica solo in a Mariana song for years, and there's just never been the right song because it's so bluesy sounding, right? There's never been the right song for that. And then finally, I was working on this song, and I was like, you know what? I'm taking a harp solo, finally.
Oh, it was so much fun. Oh, to listen to watch the video. Oh yeah, I can't wait to hear the rest of the album. It's just, it's so far, that was a great first track. That was a great lead.
Thank
Like,
you.
just so much fun. I was like, wow. Was that a long, like, it looks like you just had a ton of fun making it all day together. Just,
Yeah, we did. We did. A lot of people don't know this about Chad, but he, like, I know he comes off in his persona. He seems like he's quite serious, but actually he's like a total class clown. That's really his vibe. So a day on set with him, it was just like everyone. We were all just kind of spent all day laughing and just having fun. It was a lot of fun to do.
the lyrics, I love lyrics. I'm very much into lyrics too. And it was like, I'm not the type you take home. I'm the type you go home with. I was like, just so many little gems, like, so great. You're such a great songwriter. I love it. I love all
Thank
of it.
you.
So the one thing I couldn't find is there an actual set release date yet?
We don't have an actual set release date, but it's going to be right at the beginning of spring. I know that. I just
Okay.
don't know the exact date yet. And
We
I,
have a
I
little
think,
ways to go. A little
yeah,
wait.
but I think we're gonna release, I think, another 2 songs before it comes out.
Okay, perfect. Oh, that's so exciting. Okay, well, I feel like I'm getting a huge Christmas gift here, talking to you right now. I wanted to ask you a little bit about Christmas since it is the season. Um,
Okay, let's do it.
so I understand, are you in the moving process right now?
I'm in sort of like, wow, how did you know that?
I did
I'm
my
like
research.
half in. Um, yeah, so my wife and I are renovating a house that we bought. It's like not, you couldn't move into it yet. So we moved into a rental house without even looking at it. We were just like, can we have dogs? Okay, fine, go, let's go. So we basically like we didn't even bother unpacking. So like 90% of our stuff is just in boxes.
Wow. Okay. Well, good luck with
Ah,
all that. It's so fun, eh?
ah, thank you.
Moving,
Yeah.
renovating.
Oh
So
yes.
what kind of Christmas traditions do you guys have? What's fun for you on Christmas?
Growing up, my dad's birthday was December 17th. So one thing in my family that we used to do is on December 17th was when we would decorate the Christmas tree.
Wow.
That was like a thing that my dad's birthday, it was always we would decorate the Christmas tree, and my dad would make grilled cheese sandwiches for everyone, which is like the only thing he knew how to make. But that was like definitely a family memory thing for sure. We used to do the Christmas tree on his birthday. Yeah.
So
How about you?
speaking of things that I understand you're getting into cooking now too.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm well into cooking. Yeah, we have. I do like a little YouTube show as well.
Noticed.
Do a YouTube cooking show. Yeah, it's called Rock and Roll Kitchen. And yeah, I really got into it. I got into cooking because like. Before I did a Mariana's Trench record called Astoria, like at that time, I went through like a really difficult time, and I had writer's block, and I really couldn't work, and I needed a creative outlet. So I was like, that's it. I'm going to learn how to cook, and I'm really going to learn how to cook. So I basically like using the internet, I basically just like put myself through culinary school more or less.
I love it. And I saw you shared a photo today of a brisket Benedict.
Yes, I made that for my wife this morning.
I love that. That is so awesome. I love it. Okay. So, and now do you have any current Christmas traditions that you've carried forward from your
Uh,
childhood?
a current Christmas tree? No, not really. I don't think so. Not so much anymore. I mean, aside from the normal things that everyone does, I guess there's a couple things. One thing I did is there were some family friends of ours who had spent a lot of time in Quebec, and so they would always have a tortillera party, which is like a Quebec like a meat pie.
Yep.
And eventually they stopped, their parents stopped doing that. So I took over that duty. So I would host like a tortilla party every year, but we haven't been able to do it since pandemic. So, but that is definitely part of my Christmas tradition being like, okay, so today I'm making like 6 of these meat pies.
I love it. How much did you miss the stage during the pandemic?
Quite a bit. I mean, the pandemic has been a blessing and a curse for me personally. I miss being on stage a lot, but at the same time, I have never been home this much because I'm always on tour. So I think like for my relationship, that's been great because we never have been able to spend that kind of time together. And that's been really a positive thing. And also making this record, I wouldn't have done this had there not been a pandemic, because it was like all of a sudden I was in quarantine. I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna do this record and play all the instruments myself, and here we go. Like, so I mean, that was kind of a good thing for me. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back on stage for sure.
So you made the best of it, which is all you
Absolutely.
can really do, right? All right, the Josh Ramsay show. We're all looking forward to hearing that, and
Thank you.
we'll keep tabs on you, and see what else you release before the big day.
Yeah, sounds good.
Thank you so much, and Merry Christmas to you and
Merry,
all your family and loved ones.
Merry Christmas to you too.